Welcome back to Zach Meglin Collectibles. Today we are ripping and reviewing the NFL's hottest and newest product, 2026 TOPPS Flagship Football. Today we're going to find out whether or not retail has any hits. Join us to find out. Good day, YouTube. We are back once again, and we are back ripping and reviewing the latest NFL product, 2026 TOPPS Flagship Football. This time, our first venture into retail, the value boxes. We purchased this directly from TOPPS during pre-order for $25 each. As you can see, we have 2 boxes, which means we have $50 in cost. So I have not really seen any videos out for retail, so we're going to find out for ourselves whether or not we can actually find any hits. But according to this, autographed and relic cards can be found as well in retail. There's also retail exclusive parallels. And if you haven't seen, I believe they have like the All Kings, right? That is a big case hit that you can find. So without further delay, let's get to it. So if you have not seen, we have released the video where we ripped and reviewed the hobby box. So it was looking pretty bleak until we got to that silver pack. So check that out. So of course, in this product, we are looking for the hottest rookies, mainly Fernando Mendoza. He's got to be the guy. That's at least until the NFL season begins and we hear more names emerge. So on the hype, we're going off Fernando Mendoza. So let's get to it. Pack number 1. Let the games begin. All right, here we go. Let's see what we can get here. So you're going to get a lot of base. Hold on one second. Let's do a little thing with the light. All right, so let's get to it. Going to get a lot of base. And looking for the hits. There's a Shador year 2. But we got a card that's flipped. And that means it is a foil or glitter Jalen Coker. All right, let's get a little bit more light there. All right, so on to the next pack. Well, let's stick with the 1 box at a time, first of all. So that is a nice, is that a glitter parallel there? Not of the guy that we want, but hey, expectations are sort of low when it comes to value boxes. But a nice price point of $25, that does make a difference. Because you assume when chrome hits of this product, you're talking about like closer to $50, right? Okay, so we're going to get like a parallel. I think it's a football parallel. And it is of a New Orleans Saint Jawan Johnson. Cool looking football parallel. Now, Jawan Johnson, not too familiar with him, but we'll sleeve it up because it is a nice parallel. All right, continuing on. Looking for some big hits here. Okay, so we continue on. We will have a recap at the end. All right, so we're going to get a pressure cookers, and there's Saquon, and it's sort of flipped over. There you go, Baker Mayfield on this pressure cookers. Cool looking card. It was sort of flipped over. So in the giveaway, I had asked a question for, which we'll get to in a bit, but one of the questions I asked in the last video is who's going to win MVP, and one of our guys, he predicted Baker. All right, so hey, I could see it happening because he's a man on a mission to get paid. All right, nothing's going to stop him from getting his money, so I could totally see that happening. Let's see here. I got this guy here. There's the guy. The Patty Mahomes kind of replacement. All right, okay. Ooh, so okay, there you go. We have a nice one. There's a football parallel of I'm assuming that's what this is called. Football parallel of Jackson Dart. He was a top rookie last year, top rookie quarterback. So there you go. Jackson Dart on that one. Future stars. Excellent. So let's see. On to the next one. This is, remember, still box number 1. There's Patty Mahomes. Now, this rookie class, I'm not too familiar with a lot of the rookies, at least not until the season starts. So, all right, so here we go. Last pack of the first box. All right, let's see if we can get something nice towards the end. Whenever you get Flagship, definitely you're getting a lot of base cards. All right, so we're going to get another football parallel, Max Clare. And this one is of Eli Hendrick. All right, so there's another. At least they're rookies. So probably my favorite hit of that first box has probably got to be this Jackson Dart Future Stars in the football parallel. All right, so we're going on to box number 2. We're at the halfway point, so we can announce that we are running a giveaway specifically of this product. We're giving away a hanger box of 2026 Topps NFL Flagship Football to one lucky subscriber. And in order to qualify for that giveaway, you need to do the following. You need to be subscribed to the channel since it is a subscriber exclusive giveaway. Ooh, there's a Dalton Kincaid. Nice one on this glitter kind of parallel. Go ahead and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our 2026 Topps Flagship Football rips, because the more videos that you see, the more chances you have to enter. So you can have multiple entries, just so that you know, to our giveaway. If you do everything that I'm going to mention to you to qualify, which includes liking the video, watching this video to the end. We're going to get a football parallel. We got Cole Payton again. Hyping or sharing the video. A.J. Brown no longer with the team. Hyping or sharing the video and commenting in the comments section. To engage our viewers, we want to usually ask a question or two. We're going to ask 2 questions that you need to answer. There is a Future Stars base of Jackson Dart. And we'll go ahead and start by asking question number 1, which will be simply, by the end of this video, what do you think was the best hit from our rip? All right. So at the end of the video, what do you think is the best hit of our rip? That is question 1. Stay tuned for question number 2, which you need to answer to qualify you for our giveaway. All right, here we go. A lot of base. All right, Malik Willis. Okay, we're going to get another football parallel. We're going to get a Justin Herbert on the All Tops team. And on this one, Zach Charbonnet. I think he was injured last year. That's why he did not play in the Super Bowl. But that's because he's on the team. That's probably why they felt that Kenneth Walker was more expendable by letting him walk. So, here we go. Continuing on. Malik Neighbors. A lot of rookies here. They put the rookies right in the middle. Future Stars Cam Ward and Brian Thomas Jr. All right, so one final pack. So let's go ahead and ask that final question. So Aside from Fernando Mendoza, because it's easy to say Fernando Mendoza. All right, like I had mentioned, unfortunately, I'm not too familiar with all the rookies here. So, aside from Fernando Mendoza, who do you think will win the Rookie of the Year this year in the NFL? So, go ahead and answer that in the comments section. And if you answer both questions and do the rest of the things we mentioned, you'll be automatically registered for our giveaway. Okay, so we're going to get, you've got this guy multiple times. All right, we're going to get another football parallel. And this is one Monroe Freeling. All right, so let's do a little recap. So we got a lot of these football parallels here. Cool looking cards. Probably Jackson Dart's probably the best one that we got out of all of these, but you could see who we got. And then we got a few other inserts here, which we'll show you. So this is our first venture into the retail market. Nice pressure cookers of Baker. Future Stars. There you have it. So thank you for joining us. Don't forget to register yourself for our giveaway. Stay tuned because we've got more rips. We got the mega boxes still to come, as well as some hanger boxes in the near future. So thank you for your support and for joining us here on our rip. Until next time, take care.